Let's go to a happy story. Let's go to Tony for a happy story.
Oh, you know what? It's a happy, believe it when I see it story.
Oh, so it's not happy? Next story. Okay.
It's hopefully going to be happy. So on Wednesday, which was today, Toyota announced that they are going to bring 2 fully electric vehicles to North America.
Woo-hoo.
Now, we know that they've had electric vehicles in Japan for a while, but Toyota has repeatedly said, we're only going to do it once we have solid state batteries. And they've been hemming and hawing and back and forth, and hydrogen's the future. And Akio Toyota said that EVs create more greenhouse gases than internal combustion engines. Who knows what the hell these people are smoking from day to day. Today, they said we're bringing 2 battery electric vehicles to North America, and they're planning on doing it this year in 2021. Although they still didn't stick to a timeline. So basically what they've promised to do is announce 2 electric vehicles. I know, right? But what they said was, I think it was 2 electric vehicles and a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So we know they already have the Prius Prime and the RAV-4 Prime. They said they're going to announce that they're going to have another in the Prime lineup. And do keep in mind that there is already talk about a Subaru electric vehicle. That would be a joint venture, of course, with Toyota. So there's a chance that one of these Toyota electric vehicles, should they come to market, would be something very similar to the Subaru, a sort of an electric crossover. But you know, back in 2019, they did this whole, we're bringing, you know, electrification, and what was it, by 2030, they said there was going to be, looking for the numbers here, 40% by 2025, 70% by 2030. You know, they gotta put their money where their mouth is. They've got to decide what it is they're actually going to do and then actually do it. But I would like to believe that if Toyota actually put their might behind bringing full electric vehicles to North America, they would do a kick-ass job. I just wish they would actually get off their ass and toe a line and just do it. So it is with cautious optimism that I have this news. So guys, Georgia, when I said guys, I realized that Georgia, I don't know if you would mind.
You respond to guys.
Yeah.
So over his Christmas chicken, Christmas KFC chicken, Mr. Toyota will announce from the dinner table that they are going to give us 11 solid state powered sedans, like individual serial number 11. You're done. Because, you know, they make them by hand, and he'll fulfill his promise.
You mean we're not going to hear anything until like December?
Yes, because for some reason in Japan, KFC Christmas chicken is a huge deal, and
okay,
and that's when he'll tell us. That's my
because
write that
it's
in the
close
Excel
to the
sheet.
end of the year and meets the criteria for what they promised they'd commit. Yeah,
Right.
I'm worried that there's been a series of half-hearted efforts, or what is the phrase when they come out with just the minimum to meet some government
Lions
regulations?
cars.
Lions cars, yes.
compliance.
So yeah, they'll be doing enough to get some ZEV credits so they don't have to buy them from somebody else, but they will not be promoting them. They will not be selling them in any mass quantity. That's what I'm worried about.
So
This
additional
is the
batteries or
company
solid
that brought
state?
us exactly 5,000 RAV4 Primes.
Yeah, the bare minimum.
5,000. Yeah.
So
Which is crazy
Patrick,
because if they made 50,000, they'd sell them all.
oh, yeah.
Exactly.
And there'd be parts. So Patrick, do you think they'll do it with the solid state or with the traditional batteries?
So I don't expect to see anything with solid state batteries on the road until 2025, but they might pull a rabbit out of the hat and surprise us all.
Definitely not Toyota's central theme is pulling rabbits out of hats. They're much
typically.
more of the, hey, here's an old rabbit that we know is really damn reliable. It's kind of ugly, but we're going to put it in your car anyway.
Yes. They're more Blue Origin than SpaceX.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. And you know,
Hey, real quick, if you want to stay up to speed on the latest news, make sure you subscribe to our channel.
I will say though, the 2002 RAV-EV that Toyota did, which was kind of a compliance car, was a damn well-built car. Much
Yes.
better than the Tesla RAV-4 that they partnered with, as far as reliability.
Yeah, the original, the old white one, the Ed Begley Jr.
Yeah.
one, I always
The old-
associate. Yeah.
Lighter
Nickel
brown.
metal hydride.
Junior one?
funny you
Yeah.
mentioned the Tesla RAV. I just ran into one of those on the road the other day, and I don't mean physically ran into. I saw them and paralleled, and I was like, you just don't see that many of those Tesla
Yeah,
RAVs.
And did you stop and tell the guy to sell it real fast before it breaks? They all break.
All of my experience of that car was nothing but fun. So
Yeah.
I didn't have to buy it and maintain it, and when I got to drive it, it was a real blast.
So Paul, is that just because it was a compliance car, or was it a compliance car combined with the fact that these two corporate cultures didn't get together very long?
All of the above. It wasn't properly debugged. They're all breaking now. And if you go to Tesla, they go, well, it's a Toyota, go to Toyota. And you go to Toyota, they go, well, it's Tesla powered, go to, and the customer's like,
Oh man. that's
Somebody
gotta
sip up.
Yeah. Now,
So
Tony,
everybody
I
who-
wanted
bought one that loved it kind of regrets it now, unfortunately.
to clarify in the article you mentioned, you said 2 cars, right? Not 2 models.
Right.
could be the
yeah.
same
So
car with a
that
different
may be
name.
the solution right there. You're going to get 2
They're
cars.
making
Well,
2
hold on,
cars.
it said 2 electric vehicles.
Yeah.
They could
Two
make
of them
like
are 1 and 2.
Oh.
a line
So they're going to
scooter
put
and
a
that
Bolt
wheelchair
on the
thingy they
stage
have.
and a
that's
Tesla.
electric.
Yes.
What do you guys think
taking-
of the platform? E-Tanga?
The ET&GA.
TNGA is what everything's built on these days.
Yeah, it's Toyota's
The
next
skateboard.
generation architecture. That's what the Prius and some others are built on, and then they came out with a variant for their electric vehicles yet to be seen.
But Georgia, I don't know. I'm not sure what your intent in bringing that up was. Brings up something that is interesting in that Toyota can easily flip the script and stop putting ICEs into cars and start making battery electric vehicles. They're set. They're ready to go.
want
They're
to.
just choosing not to.
Yeah.
That is the frustration. You know,
Absolutely.
we've talked about, you know, these manufacturers who are falling behind every week more and more. You know, if not in market share, then at least in awareness of purchasers.
Yeah.
And you know, when we actually do see a company that could, like you said, flip the switch as easily as we feel that Toyota could do it, and yet they are hesitant to do it, that is just absolute frustration. Why don't you just freaking do it?
When you consider that I mean, everybody knows the Prius.
Yeah.
They basically had such a big jump on everyone, and I don't know, this feels so underwhelming.
Yeah.
Right.
The California Camry could have been an actual Camry instead of a Model 3.
Right. A lot of us got into the whole alt car thing through Prius, and
yeah.
we're very loyal to that Toyota brand and Prius vehicles. And if they would have kept advancing that technology and had plug-in hybrid versions available sooner, and then had full electric versions available now, or I think they could have kept a lot of people that instead abandoned the brand and went to Tesla.
Yeah. I mean,
A lot of
seriously,
former Prius owners bought Model 3s.
Yeah.
it's just weirdly conservative for such a big jump in technology that they abandoned the field to some new upstart, and it just feels weird.